Hey guys, so unfortunately our fears happened, and I don't even know what to say, because when we were talking with Moni yesterday, and you know, we were discussing and saying that we don't believe that they will close Camper City and all of the vans and everyone that is here, and we were just like, no, this is not possible, you know, it's just, why would they do it? And of course, you know, life doesn't doesn't go by without a sense of irony, and this is exactly what happened. And we just arrived here at Camper City, you can see, and we don't normally, when we come, we don't see there is those trailers here, that they're always there. And as soon as we arrived, the first thing I saw was that they're not there, and I was like, what's happening? You know, there is something really strange here. And I'm going to show you what we saw here, and it is this sign over here. That is, it says recreational site closed due to COVID and this and that. So we were like, oh my god, this is, you know, our worst fears happened.
Hi guys, welcome back to another video. As you probably figured it out by the title of this video, we have some news to share with you.
Yes, and I will start explaining the first part, because you have to understand what's happening and why we're taking those decisions, and then you're gonna explain the second one, right?
Sure.
So what happened 2 days ago was that we went to refuel our water tank.
We were in Tofino.
We were in Tofino, just like business as usual, yeah. And we went to refuel on the water, and we refilled it. We came back to the same spot, and I just took a
jug.
Yeah, a jug to get water. And what I saw was that the water was absolutely dirty and had some black particles. It was full of black particles.
Imagine crushed charcoal. That
Yes.
is what it looked like. Hey, buddy.
Yes, and we saw that, I mean, the whole water that we refilled was like that.
All 120 liters of it.
Yes, and because unfortunately in Tofino, unless you're on a campsite, this is the only place, paid or free or doesn't matter, is the only place you can refuel on water. So we were like, what are we doing now? And of course, you know, we were supposed to do things in the day and this and that, and this kind of created a little stress for us. So
not a little, a lot of stress.
Yeah, and so we decided to go back and see if it's the hose or something, maybe contact the people and see if there's something wrong with it.
We checked it, it wasn't the hose, so it's probably something wrong with their filter or something like that. Anyways,
so let me finish the first part. So yeah, we decided to get a campsite because with the new COVID regulations, things are starting to close, and we...
Wait, you're going too fast.
Okay, anyways, we went to campsite,
and let me
the same campsite, so that we can get water and kind of like decide on what we're doing. And now she's going to explain what happened.
So normally when something... He's going crazy. What are you doing? It's like... Okay, anyway, so whenever something bad like that happens, so to say, we always think, like, we try not to go into the victim mentality of, oh, why is this happening to us, and oh, we're so sad, and blah blah blah. But instead we try to think, okay, what does the universe want us to do? Like, why is this happening? What do we need to learn? What do we need to change, maybe? Because sometimes it's just this push in the back that we need to go and change something and go somewhere else or do something else. And so we started thinking, and we started exploring our options of moving to different spots on the island or on the mainland. And unfortunately, because of the current pandemic, there's a lot of things a lot of things closing. A lot of water and dump stations are closing for the winter months so that water doesn't freeze. And then we figured that if we could stay. That would be option one. We could stay on the island or somewhere in Vancouver, but it would be really tricky to try and find spots. And there's nothing really much to see in the winter unless we're skiing, which we're not. So it would have been just sitting around for 4 months and it wouldn't be very fun. And we're also like super dependent if there's water, if there's a place we can park. And as we said, that's just becoming less and less available. And so we considered our second option, which like 3 days ago, I would have never thought that this would be what's happening. But we considered the possibility of going back home to Toronto and spending some time with our friends and family, or mostly family, because now they're distancing, so I can't really see them. Anyways, but like this whole, anyways, spend some time with our favorite people whenever we can, and then recharge our batteries, work on a few projects.
Exciting projects.
Yeah, that we have been meaning to work on for such a long time, but we just never had the time, because in the past 2 months, if you've been following us, you know that we had like quite a few
problems here and there,
issues and challenges and obstacles and so on. And so, that being said, we are now in Vancouver in our friend's house, because obviously, oh, we forgot to mention, so we went to the camp spot 2 days ago, and then we slept there for one night, we filled up on water, and then we decided to go back to Camper City for just to spend another night before we head back to Vancouver. But then we went there and we saw a sign in the, like right at the entrance, saying this recreation site is now closed because of COVID-19. And
I would like to mention something. So that night on the campsite, when we were discussing what's happening, what are we doing, and the options and this and that, we were saying, okay, I don't think they're going to close the Camper City place because it's a big and this and that, and there's so many people depending on that. And you know, I was like, this is our least concern. Our biggest concern right now is the water, and you know, what are we dependent on, just like the water and this and that. And yeah, I never thought they will close the Camper City. So yesterday when we went back and I saw this sign, my mouth was like, I was like, yeah, wow, this was the least thing I was
the last thing
yeah, I was expecting. And when I saw it, I was like, you know, it can't be more clear than that. We have to go back to Toronto, because we have nothing to do.
We had already made the decision to go back, but there was still a part of us thinking, okay, is it the right thing? Should we do it, or should we like fight and stay and whatever? And then we saw the sign and we're like, okay, this is it. Like we no longer have a choice.
Can't be more clear, yeah.
So we have to go back, or we've decided to go back.
We decided, yeah.
And we are actually happy with that choice, because we're gonna be able to enjoy flushing toilets and hot showers, and having an oven, and obviously like spending time with friends and family and all that good stuff.
It's not that we don't like this kind of lifestyle, but if you're not moving to places, it becomes boring, and you get dependent on things. Just like we realized we're dependent on the water, which doesn't give us any freedom. We want freedom, and we don't have freedom because of that.
And it's not like, it started feeling to the point where it's not flowing. It's not like things aren't happening with ease, it's just one obstacle after another. So we figured that it was just all of them were signs that maybe we should be heading back. And so we will be. We'll be heading back, and we'll have...
we're gonna show you the way back.
Yeah,
so we're gonna show you how the winter months...
Yes, we're super excited because we've never been with the van in places that have actual snow.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it performs in actual winter, not like Vancouver winter. And yeah, we'll see. The drive back is gonna be fun. It's so from Tofino to my parents' place, we figured was close to like between around 4,500 kilometers, I think, roughly.
Something like that, yeah.
So it's gonna be quite a ride, and it's already snowing in, as far as we know, in eastern BC, Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba, and Ontario. So pretty much everywhere, but here there's already snow. So it's gonna be fun to see, and yeah.
Hope we don't freeze in the van. Another important thing we forgot to mention at the beginning, because you know it was, I think we're not clear enough. We were hoping that the US border, Canada and US border, are going to open early next year, and with the current restrictions of COVID that we see in Canada and everywhere, we are very much realistic that this is not going to happen.
Yeah.
Because they're not just gonna restrict us and say, oh, you can't visit other people, but we're gonna, we're gonna open the border, and if you want, you can go to the States.
No, that's not.
So we, realistically speaking, we don't think they're going to open them early next April or something.
Early next year, yeah.
Early, yeah. So that's why we decided to go back to Toronto, because if we stay in a, let's say, camper city for, let's say, 3 or 4 months, we're very, very dependent on whatever is available there, and that's one problem. And the second problem is that we're gonna get bored from it, because we already spent there 1 month, and
but I think the biggest
have nothing to do there.
Freedom, because we've always followed that feeling of freedom and being independent and all that stuff, and we don't have that anymore.
Yes.
There, so.
And just like we said at the beginning, since they closed it, I mean, it can't be more clear than that we can't stay there any longer.
Yes.
So if we go a different place, you know, they can close it there too. So, you know, we're gonna be out of options, and then we're gonna have to cross the country in like January, February,
when it's minus 15 in Manitoba.
Yes, when it's gonna be much harder to do it. Yeah. So that's why it is wiser to go now.
Alright, so this video is a little different, but we thought it's important to give you an update on what's going on in our lives, because we truly, really appreciate you that you follow us on this journey and you've become part of it by subscribing and watching and liking and commenting and all that good stuff. But we will be heading back to like east end of this week or beginning of next week or something like that. So we'll make it there before Christmas for sure, or hopefully. I don't want to make any plans anymore.
yeah, no promises, no plans.
Yeah, so we'll take you along. So there's, as I said, there's more videos coming, more travel videos, which we're excited about because it's going to be fun to experience that. And I think that's it. Oh, one more thing. Because we will be traveling quite a bit, we might not be able to stick to our regular, like every Saturday kind of video, especially because I remember when we were driving through Alberta and Manitoba and Saskatchewan, unless you're in a big city, there's pretty much no service. So we'll see how that goes, but videos are coming, so maybe it's a good idea to subscribe so that, and hit that little bell or whatever, so that you get notified whenever we post. So that you get notified when we post, because we might be posting at random times, like who knows. So we'll see how far we go, but thanks for watching and thanks for being part of our journey. We're super grateful for you and for this life and for each other. And
van life is not over, okay?
Oh yes, for sure. Like
I mean, we're gonna go, we're gonna go to Toronto, but it doesn't mean that we're not gonna go to other remote places from time to time.
Yeah, we're already planning, like there's places in Toronto,
Toronto that we already saw a few places in Toronto that we will go, because we have a generator, we can keep warm inside.
Yeah, so we'll probably do some winter van lifing.
Yes, winter like camping.
Part-time winter van lifing or something like that. So we'll take you along. It's gonna be fun. It's very different than what we planned, but hey, it's 2020, so nothing ever goes to plan.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.